Welcome to the Whitehall Wire. I'm your host, Megan Meyer. On this episode of the Whitehall Wire, I'll be joined once again by City Administrator Zach Woodruff, and we'll dive into what you can expect at the Whitehall Food Truck and Fun Fest coming up at the end of July. We'll dive into how the fest is planned and what you can look forward to this year, and then after our interview, I'll share some updates from City Council's docket and some more save the dates. All this and more on this episode of the Whitehall Wire. Zach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So I know you were on a couple weeks ago for our last episode. We talked a lot about the 4th of July fireworks and the fireworks viewing party and all of that jazz. But also in July, we have the Whitehall Food Truck and Fun Fest coming up in just a few short weeks on July 30th. So you have helped launch the fest since 2013. You've been involved in some capacity. What would you say was the initial goal of launching the fest, and how has it changed since 2013?
Sure. So, back in 2012, 13, and 14, our team, the mayor and our leadership really wanted to create an additional summer festival for our residents and for guests to showcase the great things going on in Whitehall.
Right.
And we didn't have a summer festival. We weren't known for any agricultural farmer, whether it was sweet corn or pumpkins, right?
Right.
So, we partnered with the mobile food industry, which was really getting going at that time. That's 2012 and 2013 is really when food trucks really became prevalent in the region. And so we said, let's highlight the mobile food industry and the great things going on in Whitehall.
Absolutely. And I know one of the big perks of being involved in the planning is that you get the advanced scoop on who's going to be at the festival each year. So what food trucks are you most looking forward to?
So without a doubt, Island Noodles and grilled cheese gangsters.
Yeah.
Those are my two favorite. And the festival has just grown each and every year. The first year I think we had 13 or 14, and this year, we're going to have 35. So we're really excited about the variety and the sheer number of trucks.
Right, but there's a lot that goes into it other than just booking the trucks themselves. What are some of the other behind-the-scene things that happen in the months leading up to the fest?
Yeah, and that's a really good point. We couldn't put on this event without the countless hours of our team, whether it's in the safety forces, police and fire, in the streets department, getting all the fencing ready, the development and marketing teams, parks and recreation. I mean, it really is this collaborative effort, and hours are put into it. And so, for our teams to be able to do this and really watch the fruits of their labor is really exciting and gratifying. The past couple of years, we've had 25,000 people attend the event.
25,000, wow.
And so to be able to put in that amount of work and to see those kind of results is really exciting.
Well, I know the festival is more than just a great excuse to overeat for a day. There's a lot else going on. We've got craft beer, we've got a marketplace, like you said, with 30 plus vendors, and then there's live entertainment throughout the day too. So who can we look forward to seeing this year?
Right, and I think that's one of the other things that I get really excited about. It's not just about food, it's also about great music. And so this year on our main stage, we'll have Old School, we'll have Gravy, we'll have the Fabulous Johnson Brothers, one of my personal favorites, and then country music superstar Chris Lane will go on at 8:30.
And all of that's free?
And all of it is free. So it is free admission. We have entertainment, acoustic performers playing throughout, up and down the whole stretch of the event. And we're just really excited to be able to showcase a lot of great Central Ohio music.
Absolutely. And for people who are super interested in maybe getting a great seat for that headliner, while admission to the fest and to all of the musical acts is free, you can pay for a VIP table.
Sure.
And so that information is on the Food Truck Fest website at whitehallfoodtruckfest.com. You can also find other information, the whole list of all of the vendors that we talked about, whether it be the food trucks or the marketplace, information on where to park, and then of course, like I said, how to buy the VIP tickets. And then of course, before we move off the topic, we want to do a shout out to our sponsors. Who are some of our main sponsors this year?
So yes, we couldn't do this without the great continued support of our local business community. And so, Dick Masheter Ford, the Wasserstrom Company, Right Rug Flooring, and Heartland Bank are some of our main sponsors. But we have really received a tremendous amount of support from our business community to make this festival possible.
Well, thank you to all those sponsors. And honestly, we just hope to see you out at the fest.
Absolutely.
My name is Travis Snapper. I'm a graduate from the Sports Emphasis program at Ohio Media School. The experience was pretty great. It was a little bit rough because about the time that I had started Sports Emphasis, COVID was still kind of ramping up. It was a little bit hard to do some of the things that we probably wanted to do, which was the same thing going through a lot of the core program that I went through. So It wasn't the easiest thing to go through because you were sometimes learning virtually, sometimes learning on campus, but we made it work, and that was the fun part, is trying to figure out different ways to make it happen and still get to do what we wanted to do. I loved hockey. I very much love hockey. I'm a big hockey fan, so getting to do a lot of the hockey broadcasts that we did was a great experience. One of the coolest parts of my life is learning from Bob McGilligan, especially with commentary, getting to learn the little ins and outs and getting to commentate games with him. It was just some of the coolest experiences of my life that I've ever gotten to experience. I never imagined I would get to even call a hockey game, let alone call a hockey game with Bob McGilligan. So that was definitely a special part of my learning in the sports emphasis program.
Welcome back to Council Corner. On July 5th, City Council will consider a number of ordinances and resolutions, one relating to a fund transfer for safety training, and another authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract for street light and traffic signal maintenance. Looking back, on June 21st, City Council approved the mayor entering into an agreement with developer Woda Cooper, allowing them to apply for Brownsfield remediation grants as they demolish the old brickyard site and prepare it for workforce housing development. For those wanting to learn more about what's being considered by City Council, meeting agendas and packets are available online. All meetings have resumed to welcoming guests in person and can also be watched live on the city's Facebook page. Moving to upcoming events and announcements, while this episode was all about the Food Truck Fest, don't forget to join us on Sunday, July 3rd for the fireworks viewing party and the celebration of Whitehall's 75th anniversary of incorporation. We'll be at Whitehall Yearling High School from 6 to 10 p.m. with a DJ, food trucks, and bounce houses as we wait for the main event, of course, our annual fireworks show, which will shoot off sometime around 10 p.m. A reminder that tickets or proof of residency are required, and tickets are free and can be picked up from the service desk at City Hall during business hours anytime before Friday, July 1st. And of course, on Monday, July 4th, the Whitehall Community Celebration Association invites you to be a part of the 4th of July Parade, which will start at 10 a.m. at Broad Street and Yearling Road. The route will go down Yearling to Etna and then across Hamilton to John Bishop Park. For details on how to join in on the fun, visit the Whitehall Community Celebration Association Facebook page. That's a wrap on updates from the city. Thanks for joining me on this episode of the Whitehall Wire. I hope to see you out at the 4th of July and the Food Truck Fest.